First pitch coming. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate.
Yeah, those are the ones you like to start in that bat, especially your first time up.
I agree. Give me a nice, easy one in the dirt that I can take so I can really get ahead in that count early.
1 out, nobody on. The 1-0 pitch. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Here's the 1-1. And here's a swing, and another chance out there is short. Throw on to Teixeira, 2 down. Anthony Rizzo will have his first opportunity now as it comes with the bases empty here in the top of the first. Fastball in there for a called strike. Here it comes. Working quickly now as the splitter's in there, 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
And he gets some pretty good wood on it here as this is lifted to fairly deep left. Gardner will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. And now the Yankees will see what they can do. No score. Starting lineup for the Yankees, as presented by Joe Girardi, will look like this. They'll match up against a guy trying to put it all together, the right-hander Jake Arrieta. And there you see Jacoby Ellsbury as he'll lead things off here in the home half of the first.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
And a first pitch slider is right there for strike 1.
And after that call, you know he's got to be turning around to say something like, hey, you know what? This guy doesn't need any help.
Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. 1-1 on the way. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Boy, that's a good take there. I don't think I could have laid off that one.
2-2. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Ready with another 2-2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
And these long at-bats give you a good sense of what a guy's featuring here in the first inning.
And he takes ball 4, so the leadoff man is on here in the home half of the first in a scoreless ballgame.
Yeah, now what you want to do here in this hostile ballpark. Walk the leadoff guy who just happens to be a threat to go every time he's on first. Tough way to start things out.
Now here's the first pitch. Brett Gardner is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike.
And here, you've got good speed on base and at the plate. So on a ground ball, it's not a foregone conclusion you're going to get an out anywhere.
Pause, now the pitch. Slider, and look out, that's up in the danger zone. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does two things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first.
Meanwhile here, the throw down to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base.
Hey, a leadoff walk and then a stolen base? That's just as good as a double off the wall. You can see the good jump there, and now he's in scoring position, still with no one out.
And this is hit well towards the hole. And safe at first on a bang-bang play as that last lunge was enough to beat the throw.
Never an easy play right there. Just trying to hit your pitcher in stride when you know it's going to be a close play at the bag. And this time the flip comes up just a little too late, and that's an infield single.
Here's Carlos Beltran as he'll take a changeup here for strike one.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. One or the other is what you really need.
Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Seems like he's missed his spots a few times here already.
Yeah, he hasn't been overly sharp, that's for sure. It hasn't caught up to him yet, but he's going to need to find that rhythm.
The 1-1. And he couldn't get on top of it as this has popped up behind shortstop. Bryant retreats to the outfield grass, and he has it for round number 1.
That's a big pop-up right there. Now with 1 out and those runners still stuck on the corners, you can really come after this next guy and try and get a ground ball.
First pitch on the way. Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman, comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Had him lunging at that pitch away, and it's 1-1 now.
And that's the pitch he needs to get working here in this first inning. You can solve a few problems here if that pitch comes around.
1-1 pitch on the way. And here's a fastball, not close as he runs it to 2-1 now.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Here's the 2-1 pitch home to A-Rod. Goes down to get the off-speed pitch here as this is sent in the air out to left. It's got some carry to it. And that ball is gone. A home run. A 3-run home run off the bat of Alex Rodriguez as the Yankees move out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, this was either going to be a no-doubt home run or about as deep a foul ball as you're going to find. And it's hooking quite a bit there at the end, but you see it going up there near the top of that left field foul hole.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and here's the dangerous Mark Teixeira. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
3 runs already home here. And now a pitch on the way. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that's a good spot to miss against a guy like this. He loves that pitch up in the zone. Most power hitters do, so that's not a bad idea to give him one above the letters.
Upstairs again here. It's 2-1.
Nothing going right for him early on. It almost looks like he's trying to aim everything, and it's just not happening so far.
And Teixeira able to lay off again as they don't want to give in. It's 3-1.
Well, he just hasn't been able to find any kind of groove out there. Hasn't been able to hit his spots. And now at 3-1, he's put him in yet another great hitting.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and It literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. The next 3-2. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. There to take it is Rizzo, and there are 2 away now.
Well, this will wind up nothing more than a pop-out in the scorebook. But what won't go unnoticed in that dugout is that he battled for an awfully long time there. That takes a lot of energy out of a guy when he's got to throw that many pitches.
And this is fouled back and out of play. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And now with the 0-2 count, he's got probably 5 different pitches he can throw here. So as a hitter, what are you going to do?
And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as the side is retired. Another look at the big blow for the Bombers. A 3-run home run. Second inning coming up. It's now 3-0 New York. Number 12 leads things off now in the top half of the second.
Left fielder, number 12.
Here's the first offering. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Well, you got to figure that this guy's going to come out here free and easy here in the second. He's got a 3-run cushion already. No reason not to come right after these guys.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
And that pitch is only 89 miles an hour. You know, that's not the hardest fastball you're ever going to come across, but it's the command and the two-seam movement that makes that a tough pitch to hit.
Shallow center. And it's a fly out to start the second, 1 away.
Boy, he had to go a long way into the outfield to make this play. I kept thinking he was going to get called off, but he must have kept shouting for it, so he stays with it and pulls it in.
Stepping in now, Chris Bryant. As he will swing at the first pitch and send a ground ball out to short. And the throw here is going to get him at first. Excellent range there at short, and there are 2 away now.
Well, this is just a nice play right here, ranging up the middle. You can see that he doesn't try to rush things here. He just gathers it, steadies himself just for a brief second to square himself up, and then makes a good throw on target to get his man.
In is Jorge Soler, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Now the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Just a touch inside. Perhaps it's 2-1.
Well, this is a spot where it helps to have a two-seam fastball like that so you can work in on the right-handed hitters.
And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. Two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. Cubs are down in order. They trail it here 3-0. Brian McCann will start things off in the bottom of the second. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
And on the mound here, you got to make sure you pitch to the shift. You don't want to make it easier for a guy to go the other way on you.
Pitch on the way. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And a throw on by Zobrist gets him at first for out number 1.
This has to be so demoralizing for a hitter. He does almost everything right, but the defense just does it better. You know, they've been putting on the shift since the days of Ted Williams, but it's become so much more common in, say, the last 5 years or so. But he'll be shaking his head all the way back to the dugout.
Starlin Castro comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one.
Well, you can tell he's trying to work that pitch away, but he might have left that one a little more over the plate than he intended.
Now a swing and a high fly ball, and this one has some carry on it to deep right field. There to pull it in is Soler, and there are two away. Didi Gregorius will get his first chance now, trying to get something started with two away here in the bottom of the second. Now here's the first pitch. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
Well, much better here in the second inning. To me, he looked a little bit tentative early on. It's starting to look like he's finding the rhythm now.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
And I know it's your first at-bat of the ball game and you want to work the count a little, but those were two pretty good pitches to have a rip at.
And a swing and a miss as he pulled the string on the breaking ball, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Javier Baez will stand in now to lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 here to start the third inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
Now here it comes. Setting him up inside as he swings and misses for strike two.
Now he's just running right through these guys. Absolutely worn them down.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball one. Here comes a 1-2. And this is going to be a foul ball. Now another 1-2. Here's a ground ball now to the left side, and they are into the hit column for the first time this afternoon. It's a base hit.
Come on, a little up here. Batting 8.
Miguel Montero will get his first shot at it here. First pitch coming. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Montero waits. Now the pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. From the stretch. Now a swing and a ground ball, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2.
He's gonna go.
Now a throw over to first. Runner back standing. Here's another 0-2. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Nobody out, runner on first. The next 0-2. And boy, what a battle brewing here as he fouls yet another pitch into the seats. Still stuck on 0-2. Another 0-2 coming. Got him swinging on the split finger pitch, and that's out number one.
Well, you never know. This might have been the lesser of two evils right here. If you take this pitch, you know it's strike three. If you swing, you might bounce into a double play ball. So the best he could have done was maybe fouled that thing off, but instead, he comes up empty.
Addison Russell is at the plate now as he looks at strike one.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get one pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
And he powers the cut fastball by him that time, and he's in charge now, 0-2.
And I think there's a certain number 42 that used to pitch here. He'd be awfully proud of that cutter.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
Now batting.
Jason Hayward will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game. First pitch to him. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
Fouled back. He's set, now the pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Another 0-2 home. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Still now on 1-2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he got caught chasing those first 2 pitches out of the strike zone, but I think he's kind of caught on to their game now. Those are 2 good takes to get it back to 2-2.
Hold on now. That ball is down and could score a run. And they'll hold that runner at third as everybody moves up a base, and they're loaded with 1 away.
Yeah, he had a chance to put him away. Had him down 0-2. Tried to get him to chase a couple of times, but he wouldn't do it. And he winds up making contact on a good pitch there.
Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground to short. And that's through, a base hit. 1 run is scored. And the second run is across to make this a 3-2 ball game now. Anthony Rizzo will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. He's ready, now the pitch. Here's a fastball chop fouled at the plate. It's strike 1. Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. Now a ball lined towards center field. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
Well, that's 4 straight hits against him now, and of the 4, this might be the hardest hit of them all. 1 run will score on the play, and they're really making him sweat out there.